Alright, today's lesson is going to be over absolute value equations. Our objective is that the students will solve absolute value equations. Vocabulary: absolute value is a number's distance from zero. Think of that as distance. The key here is the distance part. Distances are always positive, because it doesn't matter where you're measuring from, you're never going to say it's a negative distance. So that means absolute values are always positive. This number line is a good example. The distance from 4 to 0 is 4 units. Right? That's how far you would move. Going from 0 to negative 4 is also 4 units. Their distances are the same. So the absolute value of negative 4 is equal to 4. And the absolute value of positive 4 is also equal to 4. Alright? So evaluating absolute value expressions. We want to evaluate 8.4 minus the absolute value of 2n plus 5 if n equals negative 7.5. So we're going to take the negative 7.5, we're going to substitute it in for n. So we got 8.4 minus the absolute value of 2 times negative 7.5 plus 5. So order of operations say we have to multiply first, so 8.4 minus the absolute value 2 times negative 7.5 is negative 15 plus 5. So now this is 8.4 minus, now we add in here, so it's the absolute value of negative 10. The absolute value of negative 10 is positive 10, so we have 8.4 minus 10, and 8.4 minus 10 is negative 1.6. Okay, the key here is that this negative 10 became this positive 10, but this minus, which was here, stayed. So it's not changing this minus, it's just saying that this negative 10 is 10. Alright, our steps to solving absolute value equations. We want to first isolate the absolute value, which means get it by itself. We want the absolute value to be standing alone on one side all by itself. Then we rewrite into two equations. After we do that, we solve as usual. So our first two examples. We have the absolute value of x plus 12 equals 9. This is already by itself. We don't have to do anything because there's nothing here, there's nothing here, there's nothing outside of the absolute value. So remember, the absolute value of something is equal to the positive and the negative of it. So we split this up into x plus 12 equals positive 9 and x plus 12 equals negative 9, because both positive and negative 9 have absolute values of 9. Then we subtract 12 from both sides of the equation in both equations. 9 minus 12 is negative 3. Negative 9 minus 12 is negative 21. Both of these are the correct answer to that absolute value equation. We can check that by substituting in. Absolute value of negative 3 plus 12 equals, negative 3 plus 12 is 9. The absolute value of 9 is 9, so 9 equals 9. If we put this one in here, then it's 21 plus 12, which is negative 9. The absolute value of negative 9 is still 9. So you can pause the video now and try B on your own. Alright, you should have already tried it, so you should have come out with y plus 5 equals 8 and y plus 5 equals negative 8. You're going to subtract 5 from both sides. You get y equals 3 here. Subtract 5 from both sides. You get y equals negative 13. those are your two answers. All right, if we look at C, we now have this 3 hanging out. So this is 3 times the absolute value of x plus 3 equals 12. Before I can split, I have to get rid of that 3 that's in the front. So I want to divide by 3 on both sides. That means that I have the absolute value of x plus 3 equals 4. So now x plus 3 equals 4. And x plus 3 equals negative 4. Solve as usual, subtract 3, x equals 1. Subtract 3 here, x equals negative 7. Alright, we got a little bit more here. So we have 2 times the absolute value of 3x minus 5 minus 3 equals 37. We have to get rid of this 3 first. So that's going to be 2 times the absolute value of 3x minus 5 equals 37 plus 3 is 40. Divide by 2. And we're going to get that the absolute value of 3x minus 5 equals 20. Now we split into 2. So 3x minus 5 equals 20. And 3x minus 5 equals negative 20. So now we solve. Add 5. 3x equals 25. Divide by 3. And x is equal to 25 over 3. Over here we're going to add 5. So 3x equals negative 15. Divide by 3, and x equals negative 5. So that's all we have in this video lesson. Go ahead, and there's another one that follows it, so you can work the problems like this, or you can watch the other one first. Let me know if you have any questions.